So go ahead, read this question. You have to choose one answer out of it. Keep those techniques in mind. Who is being targeted? Elimination technique. Think on those direction also. All right, you can pop up with some answers. Okay. I'm seeing one alphabet coming up. Let's see the rest of them. Oh, wow. I'm having different alphabets now. A, B, D. Made to get C. Ooh. Okay. In online, I'm seeing Ruby says A. Okay. Okay, I'm having different answers now. This question is going to be tricky in that case. Let's listen to the people to see why they think like this. So what I can do is, first we'll start with the question itself. What this question is looking from us, we understand it. Help me, which wordings or sentence you found important in this question? A project team is a coordinating accommodation for teams attending next year's global sporting event. Is this project a present tense, past tense, or a future tense? Is it project happening already or will happen?
Future.
Future. The project team is coordinating. Coordinating. Is it something as happening or will happen?
Will be present. Coordinating for the next year's event, right?
Which means already the project in progress. Can you say like
It
that?
is in progress.
Let's put some example for this. Did we had a Olympics sometime back? Paris Olympics 2024. For this Olympics, how long the preparation will happen? 1 week before? 1 month before? At least couple of years before they start planning. And work execution would have started in a year before, isn't it? I'm just giving a date. Now, the team is coordinating accommodation of teams attending the next year's global sporting event. Could be something like Paris Olympics. So, which means this coordination and doing the job itself a project. Now, team members will stay in a newly built accommodation while the coaching staff, an estimated additional 2,000 persons, will be accommodated in a mix of housing stock nearby, including several hotels, university, dormitories, and privately owned properties, which means a bunch of people. You're going to get team members. You are going to get a coaching staff. Okay, two set of people. Coaching staff itself around 2,000 people. What's the main area of this question? Now you let me know what is the important things in this question to be noted down. Any key term? Team negotiating. Team is negotiating a lease agreement for the coaching staff accommodation. I think this is the place they are worried because for the team members who are going to play there, and I think they have the place already. Whereas for the coaching staff accommodation, we have to discuss about it. What should the team do first? Can I say this is an important word to watch out? What should be first action? Even though many things can be done, first is more important, which means where you start. For this kind of work, where you will start. Now let me listen quickly from the people who start with the A. Anik Raja. Why you thought A is a good answer? Anik Raja, maybe you're in mute mode.
I think the team first should know what are the requirements from the team.
Okay.
So I selected A.
So your thought is first let's understand the requirement
Yeah, right.
before you do. From where, for whom you're going to collect the requirement?
For the that from the for the coaching staff.
From the
From the
staff. Okay.
coaching staff actually.
From these people. From
Yeah,
these people
right.
who want to know what do you want.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for that point. Let me listen to Suraj. Suraj, what was your thought when you say yeah?
Actually, my thought is actually they are like the end user. They are the customer for me. So
Okay.
what exactly they want. So according to that, I can proceed. So that was my thought process.
Mhm. What if you don't do that? What will happen in this project?
If then actually I'm not meeting the things, the requirements, what exactly they want. So first I would like to, the first thing is that what is their requirements,
Ah,
and to that I can tune the facilities, what I can
um,
provide to them.
okay. Got you. Got you. That's a good point. Let me also listen to Shankar, who goes with B. Shankar, what is your thought about B?
Like I should know the budget, like where I can accommodate these people, so that I
Uh,
can make a rental agreement according to that.
Budget
So
you
once I
want.
have a budget in mind from my stakeholders, then I can look for the accommodation possible options.
That's a different perspective. So your thought, what I'm hearing is create a lease agreement template. You want to create a template and obtain validation from the budget stakeholders. Obtain validation. Is it about the budget or budget stakeholders? Lease agreement template. Obtain a validation from the budget stakeholders. Do they mean that as sponsors? That's what they want to mean when they say budget stakeholders. Hmm. But what I hear from you, Shankar, you want to know about the budget. You want to know how much money is there, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the answer doesn't look like that. Do you feel so? B. It looks like create a lease agreement template and obtain validation from the budget stakeholders. I've not heard the term budget stakeholders. It looks a little bit different from the usual wording called a sponsor. Instead of using the word sponsor, look like they want to do something. But I respect your point. Your point is first let me know what is the money. But when you know what is the money involved, is it sufficient to do the job? Imagine they say we give you 0.5 million as a budget. With this, can I start my agreements already? Think so? Or if I heard from Anik Raja and people here, they say that no, first I have to understand the requirement. Which one to go, requirement or money? Bit tricky, right? Okay, let's invite a third perspective. Sachin says a different perspective. Sachin says a C, another perspective. Sachin, why you thought C is a good answer?
Because we have to check what we exactly need. Whatever the A and B says, everything included in the C, right? So we have to check for the time, cost, and quality, and how they wanted to stay. All constraints should be there. So I think C would be the proper one, as for me.
Identify the time, cost, quality, constraints. You want to understand the constraints,
Correct.
which means certain limitations on that. But this you can do before you do this.
Probably was as for me, I think the both A and B is included in C probably. So if we do the C, probably we could be able to cover A and B also.
Oh, you look it as a superset.
Exactly.
Let's invite some more people to talk about it. Anik Raja, now after hearing Sachin saying that C looks a superset, what is your thought?
I think first after the requirements we should know the like time, cost, and quality constraints involvement in that.
It comes in order.
Right. But the
Mm.
first thing we need to the accommodation requirements from the customers.
Getting interesting now. So B part, even though it looks nice, but the terming of budget stakeholders is a sponsor validation. I think the B getting a bit weaker comparing to A and C. Okay. But what I'm hearing from Manik Raj is, no, first I understand the requirement. Whereas Sachin says, no, I will understand time, cost, and quality. Now, in this two, A and C, which one is close to the customer? Or which one is nearer to the people who are really going to use it? A or C?
A.
A.
A is close to the customer. Then what happened to C? Are we away from that? Are we bit of away from the customer in the C? Okay, let's understand what are the parameters given in the content outline. Have you all heard about exam content outline? There is something called exam content outline. So in the outline, it is mentioned like this. When you do project management and when you do some sort of vendoring or bringing up to negotiations or agreements, you analyze the bounds of the negotiations for the agreement. You assess, prioritize, and determine ultimate objectives. You verify the objectives of the project agreement is met properly. If I want to do this, I should be close to the customer. Participate in agreement negotiations, determine the negotiation strategy. This is the expectation for you in the PMP examination, which is part of exam content outline. That is a 14-page document. You should have it with you, which explains which area, what we expect out of it. Now, when I look at this question, I will look this from the Paris Olympics perspective. Paris Olympics, they're preparing for last 10 years or 8 years because usually the Olympics they announce at least 10, 12 years before which country will host it. It is not big for 6 months they'll do it. They'll start at least 5 years, 8 years or 12 years before. So Paris Olympics in 2024 it happened. I believe they should started at least by 8 years back, 2016. Let's give a number like that. In 2016, there is a team, Team A. This team A is allocating the village for the sports event people to stay. Two sections are coming. One is the players, the team itself. Other one is the staffs, the coaching staffs. The question is going towards the coaching staffs. They don't have a village for them. They have to go to the hotels or dormitories nearby, which is a big process. Yeah. Like what Paris has a problem, same problem will be in another city also. So what to do here? Now they are asking you to go for the leasing agreement. I can do the leasing agreement, but what kind of place the coach has to stay? How do I know? Now I'm getting one answer as a C, saying that identify the time, cost, quality constraints for the accommodation. Fantastic. Sure, you have to do it. But if I don't know what my coach needs, that is, requirement clarity is not there, we're going to have a tough time. Shri, what do you mean by that? Sometime in the class you learned there is something called a Stacy graph. I should say something like this, right? Stacy graph. In Stacy graph, you learn something called requirement uncertainty when you start the work. And over a period of time starts reducing down. And then the other side, we have something called technology or technical uncertainty, right? This is on what to do. This is on how to do. This also reduces over a period of time. Now, in our case, since this, we're going to go for a contracting or leasing, I would expect us to first understand the requirement better. And that will tell me how to do these parameters. Because when I say how parameter, it talks about the time, money, or technology, or people, or team availability. How means it's a package of multiple things. This how actually will work better when you know what to do. And the question is asking what you will do as a first action. Even though other action looks nice, the first action goes towards bringing up knowledge about what to be done. God, man, that's a tricky question, right? Now, answer goes to A. When negotiating agreements for a project, the first task is determining the boundaries. You should know, right, what you're going to negotiate. If you really don't know what my coach needs, how I will decide on what I can negotiate, how I will decide on when this can be delivered, how I will negotiate on cost, how I will negotiate on quality. I cannot do that. I should know what, then comes the how parameter, because the question is asking first. I'm not saying other answers are wrong. Other answers has a meaning, but this answer is a straight answer for you towards examination. And for that reason, if you see the content outline, you get an idea what it is going to be on the parameters of open, the first part of it. Now, question back to the people who said B and C. Do you think A looks a better choice in this case? What is your thought?
Yeah. Now I think I get a bit convinced about the answer. Yeah. Yep. Correct.
Right. But imagine the exam hall, under the pressure, our brain may not process all this data, isn't it? We'll be quick to choose, okay, let's talk about time and cost. Could happen. In exam hall, this happens. I would have recommended that when you're reading a question, I'll be a little more careful to read this word first. And in the first area, if it comes like this, I would have quickly thought, I would request people to think about some places use this Stacy graph. What to do, how to do. When I say how, it talks about, you can even talk about a time. You can even talk about budget. You can even talk about people availability. You can all talk about the technical parameters. So this is much clearer. I can go for how parameter. If not, I will fall somewhere in this agile area where I have to go in an exploration model. You explore, you learn, explore, you learn, explore, you learn. Keep this kind of graphs and some of the learnings in your mind in exam hall. It will help you. This is part of your writing habits, like assignments. I think some of you are drawing it already on a weekly ones. The more you draw and write, chances are it will stay with you in the examination. But sure, this question is a bit tricky because the word first, if you don't observe it, you may go to another place. Good job so far.